Hey, good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing today? This is Gregory Wilds coming live to you from Houston, Texas, with this inspirational morning walk, guys. For first-time listeners, I just get some exercise in the morning, walk a few miles around the neighborhood, and I just share my thoughts with you guys. Whatever I'm inspired to talk about that day, I will share with you guys. I can be in the vehicle today. Like I said, this teaching we on fasting this week. We're talking about fasting. Someone had requested it, and so we've been dealing with fasting this whole week. We've been talking about fasting. It's a lot of information, so I got to break it down in these small segments so we can deal with it all week. Good morning, Renita. Good morning. How are you today? Yeah, so that's what we're gonna be dealing with. If you miss on Monday, I urge you can go on YouTube and find out. I think I entitled it Introduction to Fasting, because this is gonna be building on what we did on Monday. I can't go back over all the stuff, but this is gonna be building on what we did on Monday. We introduced fasting. Good morning, Osmond Smith. Good morning, Tessa Hunt. How are you guys doing today? So yes, you could go back, look at that if you missed it, because we could be building on that. This week is fasting. Somebody requested it. So if you guys have any requests of some things you want some more clarity on, you could just make a request, and as the Lord lead me, I will try and explain and do a teaching on whatever you requested, right? So I'm going to jump right into it because I want to get through this information today. I'm not going to do anything tomorrow. We can deal on Friday. I'm going to see if there's any more very important information I need to give to you guys, and then I can decide if I need to do a next session or not, right? But Friday we're gonna deal about actually what your fast can look like if you never fasted before. We can talk through that. But today we can talk about what a genuine fast is. What a genuine fast is. Right, what a genuine fast should look like, and the results you're gonna get from that. Right. So quickly, let me say the definition. The definition of fasting is voluntary abstaining from food for spiritual purposes. Like we talk about, you can abstain from food for a lot of different reasons, but this one we're talking about is for spiritual purposes, right? You can fast from food or water. But you don't always have to do the water if you can't do it, but you can fast from food or water, which that if you're going to do without the water, the experts say not more than 72 hours. That's 3 days without the water. And I can tell you I did the 3 days without no food, without no water. Hey, the enemy's going to tell you, hey, you can't do this, that. No, 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 no. I know some of us who engage, who I know a lot of you guys listening to me here, you got your degrees, you got your master degree, you got PhD, and sometime, or you're working, in some senior management position or whatever position, and you got some projects to finish, or you're studying for the exams. You go sometime more than 12 hours, more than without even eating, because you're so locked in on what you're doing, 12, 18 hours, and without eating, and you didn't even know it until you finish the project or finish the study, and then you realize I didn't eat for a long time. So the enemy can tell you can't do these things, but you can if you really want to, right? Just like the exam or the project, it was important to you, and you decide, I got to get this done by tomorrow. My boss is expecting it, so and then so it was important to you, and you did what you had to do, right? So the enemy can tell you can't fast, and you can't do this, and you can't go with 2 days without eating. You can't go with one day. You can't go 12 hours. You can't go 3 days. It's a lie. When your situation really get bad, look, you're gonna do what you need to do, right? So we said that's how we define fasting as, and then we said it's self-humbling. It's humbling yourself before the Lord. We show some examples. He wants you to humble yourself, knowing I can't do this stuff by myself. When you exhaust all means possible with your regular praying and everything, and nothing else ain't working for you, you got to go into a fast to get some extra backup, right, so to speak, to get help in your situation. And he wants you to know, look, you need to depend on me. So you fast and you're humbling yourself, and you coming to him saying, God, I don't know what more to do. I try everything, God, and you're the only answer. In a nutshell, right? You're humbling yourself. And like we said, never ask God. It's not scriptural to pray. God always put humbling. He said, you humble yourself. He don't say, I'm going to humble you. And don't ever pray. If I ask him to help you to humble yourself, because he might put you in some really embarrassing situation for you to humble yourself. So this is what we go on to. So let's get into today's discussion. That's just a little recap on what we did on Monday, but go back and listen to the whole thing if you didn't, because we can build on that, right? So let's first start with Matthew 9:24, Matthew 9:14 through 15, right? Matthew 9:14 through 15, right? He said, one day the disciples of John the Baptist came to Jesus and asked him, why don't your disciples fast like we do and the Pharisees do? Because the disciples of John the Baptist and the Pharisees, they were fasting a lot. And these guys realized Jesus' disciples, weren't fasting. So they're saying, look, what's going on here, Mr. Jesus? We fasting, but your disciples don't fast. So they better than us or something? Hear what Jesus replied. Jesus replied, Do wedding guests mourn while celebrating with the groom? Of course not. But someday the groom will be taken away from them, and then they will have to fast. In a nutshell, Jesus is saying, look, when you fasting, you seeking me, you seeking God's help through me, right? You seeking my Father help through me. When you fasting. So he said, I'm here with them already. I'm right here with them. So they don't need to, they don't need to fast right now because they're seeking me and I'm right here with them. I'm right here. But he said the time will come when I'm taken away. When I leave them, they will fast. I want to see what he's saying. Then they will fast. You will have to fast. So Jesus expects his disciples, which is us today, to fast. It's not, and I don't know why the churches don't push them, at least the church I went to, they don't push fasting as much as they should, man. When you look through the Bible, it just tells you fasting is a must. Anyhow, let's go into Isaiah 58. I can read from about 1 through 9. And this is what a genuine fast should look like, right? You see, God spell it out here. Isaiah 58, 1 through 9. You can talk about, it's entitled True Fasting. If you look in your Bible, you can talk about true fasting, right? So these Israelites, they're fasting, right? And let's go through it. Isaiah 58, we start from 1. Shout it aloud. Do not hold back. Raise your voice like a trumpet. Declare to my people their rebellion and the descendants of Jacob their sins. This is Isaiah, God telling Isaiah what to tell these people, right? For day after day they seek me out. They seems eager to know my ways, as if they were a nation that does what is right and has not forsaken the commandments of its God. So saying these people, they're seeking me out, right? They're seeking me out and operating like they ain't got no sin, right? And that's not... They ask me for just decisions and seem eager for God to come near them. This seems, right? This seems eager, right? Why have we, hear what it's saying, the complaining to Isaiah. Why have we fasted, they say, and you have not seen it? They're telling God, if we fasting, God, and you ain't seeing it, you ain't seeing our fast. Why have we humbled ourselves and you have not noticed the saying, God, we fasting, you noticed in us, you answering none of our prayers, what's going on? We fasting, you said to fast. But here what God answer. He said, all right, you're saying, we have fasted, they say, and you have not seen it. We have humbled ourselves and you have not noticed, because you remember fasting is a self-humbling, right? So they say, we fast, we humbling ourselves to you, God. But let's go on. So yet on that day of your fasting, you do as you please and exploit all your workers. He said, man, you fasting, but you still exploiting your workers. You fasting to me, you exploiting your workers. Your fast ends in quarreling and strife and striking each other with wicked fists. So they're saying, y'all fasting, you're quarreling and you're fighting against each other. You don't do that on a fast. You fasting, exploiting your workers. You're quarreling and you're fighting with each other. So he's saying, you cannot fast as you do today. So you cannot do that on your fast and expect your voice to be heard on high. So you cannot be quarreling and fighting, exploiting people and all that on your fast and then expect God to hear you. Is this the kind of fast I've chosen? Asking them, is this the kind of fast? This is the way we teach you to fast? Is this the way we teach you to fast? on a day for people to humble themselves. Is this the kind of fast I've chosen? Only a day for people to humble themselves? He's saying the fast is not just about staying away from food and water. It's not just about that. And you say you're humbling yourself. He said that's not just what the fast is about. It's not only about you just starving yourself, right? Is it only for bowing one head like a reed and for lying in sackcloth and ashes? Is this what you call a fast? I said, is this what you call a fast? You're just staying away from some food and water. You're cursing each other. You're fighting each other. You're robbing people. That's what you call a fast, right? But here what a fast should be. It's not the kind of fast I have chosen. It's to loose the chains of injustice and untie the cords of the yoke to set the oppressed free. Guys, so this is what a fast is going to do for you spiritually. It's not physical chains and not physical cords. This is the spiritual things that are holding you back. These are the components in the spiritual realm that's giving you the trouble that you're going through. Right? So this is what the fast is going to do spiritually. And when it do this spiritually for you, you're going to get these results what you're talking about here. Right? So this is not physical chains and physical cards. Right? So let's go it over again. This is Isaiah 58:6 we all know. Is not this the kind of fast I've chosen to loose the chains of injustice? Spiritual chains. You can't see these chains, but that's what's keeping you back. That's why you can't get a job. That's why you can't get married. That's why you can't get over your sickness. That's why the kids gone astray. That's why these generational curses of poverty hitting us. That's why all these things were going on. These chains, right? The chains of injustice, and untie the cords of the yoke to set the oppressed free. We're oppressed in the spiritual realm. So this fast is going to set us free, guys, right? The genuine fast done the right way, right? So, and break every yoke. Is it not to share your food with the hungry and to provide the poor wandering with shelter? So what's going on here? A genuine fast, right? The food that you're not eating, right? Find a way to give it to somebody in need, right? Find a way to give it to somebody in need. The food that you are not eating, right? Share your food with the hungry. Share your food with the hungry. The food that you're not eating, find a way. What I used to do a lot, if I don't find a way to give people, we used to go to the grocery store, and I know our local grocery store here, they do have these food kits what they would put together, and when you go up to the cash register, they would ask you this, partner with, I think, for some organization. But anyhow, you could buy one of the hampers, and they will, at the end of the day, or how much ever they get, they will donate it, anything, to the food bank or whichever organization used to do. So if I didn't find a way to give someone something, or give someone, you gone out on the street and you give someone, but you must make sure you're giving back some way, whether it's a form of money you're giving someone to buy the food or whatever. So share your food with the hungry and provide, right? And to provide the poor wandering with shelter. Man, and it wouldn't fail, guys. And let me go on quick and then I'll tell you this. And when you see the naked, to clothe them, and not to turn away from your own flesh and blood, right? Let me read that again. Is it not to share your food with the hungry and to provide the poor wandereth with shelter? When you see the naked, to clothe them, and not to turn away from your own flesh and blood, guys. Guys, I'm going to tell you, lots of time when on a fast, people can call you up out of the blues to borrow something. Oh, a little short term rent money. Could you lend me $100? Man, and sometimes don't get caught up, because of some people you might say, oh, this person's lazy, don't want to work. Yeah, I ain't got nothing to give you. That's why you don't tell no one when you're going on a fast. You're going your fast just between you and God. And if the lazy person call you up and asks you for something, I'm telling you, according to these scriptures here, God's saying, don't turn away from your own flesh and blood. Don't turn away. Don't let their laziness mess your genuine fast up. You give it to them. That's on them and God, right? He's saying on a fast, don't turn away, because he might put it on the heart of these people. It's a test for you, right? And this is what he's saying a genuine fast does, right? So you give back. You see, even in your fast, it tied to the poor, man. It tied to the poor. God is so serious with the poor. He's saying you share the food. You see people need something, you give them, right? And lots of time when I tell you when I'm on a fast, as I was about to say, people call you. If I go out on the street, a man just come up to me, hey man, you want food for his family. They're in a hotel there. They want to go out to get some food. You're so embarrassed. He said, I don't even know where we can go tomorrow night. But he just wants some groceries to take care of his family for the day. And man, I'm on a fast, right? You got to be conscious because you can just say, "Oh, this big lazy man." No, 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 no. Right? It's this test. You want to fast, right? And look out for these opportunities when they come your way. Remember, they're saying this is what a genuine fast looks like, right? And not to turn away from your own flesh and blood, right? Then here what's going to happen when you do this fast genuinely, right? Then your light will break forth like the dawn and your healing will quickly appear. You're sick right now. He's saying when you do this the right way, your light will break forth like the dawn. You remember the sunlight raising when the sun coming up? This is how your light, this is how you're going to start to shine. And your healing will quickly appear. You get your healing. Because you remember what he's saying, these is what going on in the spiritual realm that was tying you down, these yokes and these chains and these cords. So this fast going to break all of that now. He said your healing will quickly appear. So you're dealing with a sickness. He's saying you go into this fast and do it genuinely, your healing will quickly appear. Then your righteousness will go before you and the glory of the Lord will be your rear guard. Then you will call, and the Lord will answer. You will cry for help, and he will say, here I am, right? Here I am. Then when you do this the right way, when you call, he gonna answer, right? But how those Israelites were doing it, quarreling and fighting and fussing and robbing people, he said, I'm not gonna hear you. You could starve yourself all you want to death, and I'm not gonna hear you. Because you don't go on a fast coming to seek my help. You're not helping the poor. You're fighting. You're fussing. No. That's not the type of fast I calling for. This is the way you do it. And when you do it, let's read back the benefits. When you do it the right way, what's going to happen, right? Then your light will break forth like the dawn, and your healing will quickly appear. Then your righteousness will go before you, and the glory of the Lord will be your rear guard. So his protection, he's protecting you here now. Then you will call, and the Lord will answer. You will cry for help, and he will say, here I am. Ask me for what you want. Here I am. Ask me what you want me to do for you. What you want me to do. Here I am when you call for the help. Right, guys? So this is a little protocol, right, on how to fast. So what we're going to do Friday, we're going to what your fast look like, right? We can actually discuss your fast now. I want to give you the benefits of it, how to do it right, so you start thinking about these things. So when you're in a fast, and when you're on the fast, right, choose a time. It's not say you can't work when you're on the fast. It's nothing that say that. You can work. Just got to give yourself a little time to pray, get your little prayers in, and we can go through all of that on Friday, right? So you can still go to work. You can, but if you can, choose a day, if you got more time, if you're off, it's best you do it when you're off. Or a day when you're slow, when you're most, if you got to go to work, a day when you're most, again, one of those slow days. Because you want to keep the focus, attention on him, going through what you need to petition him for, the scriptures that you're going to got to petition him for. You want to make sure you're going through that and you have time for that, right? And you're not just busy, starving yourself, and you're not really giving him no attention and humbling yourself to him, right? So it's preferably you do it a day when you're off. But if you in a situation and you can't get the time, you can still do it while you're working. We'll go through more on that on Friday, right? But so this is what it is. When you're on a fast, people can be calling you up. People can be, and don't miss the opportunity. You can go through Isaiah 58 again with what I just said and get a good understanding and read it through, right? So and what I like with how God operate, man, he telling what the here he telling people about the praying, right? In Matthew 6, 6, 5 to 6, right? He teaching you how to do stuff and how not to do it, right? He said, when you pray, do not be like the hypocrites. Remember, we go through this a little bit on Monday. When you pray, do not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in their synagogues and not on the street corners to be seen by others, right? He said, don't pray like this. Don't go out and just showing people, oh, I'm a prayer, I got the power of prayer. No, 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 no. He said, truly I tell you, they have received the reward. So if you're doing that, you're just seeking to get praise from man, and you get your reward already. You're just seeking to get praise from man, and you get your reward when you're going out doing that, right? He said, then he said, but when you pray, he tell you how not to do it, and he tell you how to do it. But when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you, right? So that's how you pray. But here how that and the fasting come together, because you're going to pray, fast and pray together. So he's being consistent. And I read this on Monday, but let's go through it again. Matthew 6, 16 through 18. He's saying, when you pray, that's how we do it. You know, here he's saying, when you fast, again, he didn't say if you fast and if you feel like it. He's saying, when you fast. So he's expecting his disciples to fast. He said, when he gone, you got to fast, right? He said, when you fast, do not look somber as the hypocrites do, for they disfigure their faces to show others they are fasting. He's saying they make themselves look so sick to show other people, oh, what's going on with him? No, he's fasting. He's fasting. He's a man full of God. No, he said, don't do that, because when you do that, truly I tell you, you have received your reward in full. When you do that, you only seeking praises from man. Right? You see how the two go together, the praying and the fasting, because you're supposed to do them together. So he's consistent with what he's saying. When you fasting, this is how you should do it too, because you should be praying when you're fasting. But when you fast, put oil on your head and wash your face. He's saying, look good when you fast. Comb your hair, oil up your skin, put your lotion on, just like you would normally do, so that it will not appear obvious to others that you are fasting, but only to your Father who's unseen, and your Father who sees what you've done in secret will reward you. So this goes together. He's consistent. He said, when you're praying, this is how you do it, not to do it, and this is how you should do it. When you're fasting, this is how you should not to do it, and then he tell you how you should do it, right? Be in secret. Don't gotta go and announce this to the world. You just seeking God's help in whatever you're struggling with. And he's saying he's gonna be there. When you call, you do it right. Here I am. What you want, my humble servant. How you need me to help you, right? We can leave it there today, and then we can pick it up on Friday, guys. Tune in on Friday, because we can actually go through how you can do it personally. This is how you going to do it now, how I advise you.